What's good? What's good? Look, we back once again. I want to tell everybody, welcome back. Um, we made it. We made it. Another day, another opportunity to get better, another opportunity to fulfill our purpose here on earth. Want to give a shout out to my dog, my brother, Ely, the producer, man, for keeping everything in order. Putting out the show, doing all the editing. Man, them flyers and pictures and stuff y'all see, man. He's the mastermind behind it all. So just want to give him love, give him his flowers while he can smell them. Look, man. We not gonna be long tonight. The topic is one that, man, it has been on me heavy. Like I go to sleep thinking about it, wake up thinking about it, and God just been giving me little gems. I'm gonna share a few of them with you all. Again, thank you all for watching and making this channel be what it is. So the topic for today is stop picking other people's fruit. Stop picking other people's fruit. And God gave this to me, and I'm sitting. I'm like, okay, God, where are you going with this? Stop picking other people's fruit. A lot of times um we hear things said like sowing seeds, right? So, and we know that when we sow seeds that we are expecting a harvest, right? So some people um in the world they call, karma, you get back what you put out, you know. But in the church they say sowing and reaping. So you have to be mindful and understand that you have good seeds and you have bad seeds, but both return a harvest. You're gonna have to deal with both of them one way or another. So I was like, okay, um, stop picking other people's fruit. Okay. Well, still, I'm like, God, where you going with this? So he gave it to me like this. He said, oftentimes we deal with storms that wasn't even intended for us. I said, okay. We deal with storms that wasn't intended for us. Okay, what do you mean? Okay, so a lot of times we put ourselves in situations that wasn't even in God's intentions for us. Well, I know some of y'all might say, well, God knows everything, but with us being free moral agents, we have a decision. Like you can wake up, if God allows you to wake up, you can wake up and do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say because God has given us that privilege to choose. You can do what you want to do. So oftentimes we choose to do things, outside of God, right? You have God allowed. That's when we choose. He allows us to do things. Then you have God ordained. That's his destined walk. That's what, his plan, his way. So a lot of times we choose certain situations. We choose certain relationships that a lot of times we know are not good for us. We know that they don't benefit us. How do we know? Because the fruit. And how do you know a tree? By the fruit that it bears. So if this relationship has caused you pain, it has caused you trauma, it has caused you to be down, depressed, low self-esteem, then those are the evidence that, hey, this is not for you. But oftentimes we force it, you know, and we try to love the hell out of people, right? And true, love is supposed to be kind and long suffering and sovereign and all of that. But God gave us common sense too, to where we know if something is not reciprocating what we're putting out, we should leave that alone. Okay, prove it to me. The Bible tells us not to cast your pearls before swine. And if anybody knows anything about pearls, we know that pearls are precious. Your time is precious. Your wisdom, your love, your acts of service, your acts, the effort that you put in, those are your pearls. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful who you are investing in. That because you'll find yourself constantly saying the same thing over and over, time and time again, time and time again, and people never get it. They never get it. So now you're sitting here, you feeling perplexed. You don't know, you don't know up from down because you like, I'm giving them all this good stuff, but they're not taking it and using it. They're not, they're not benefiting from this knowledge that I'm giving, this love that I'm showing. And can I help somebody? You cannot give somebody more of what they already don't appreciate. So you can't, well, I'm gonna just love them. Look, if they ain't showed you that, hey, they gonna reciprocate that love, or have they haven't showed some evidence of change, and using excuses, without the evidence of change is manipulation. Stop letting people manipulate you. Oftentimes we want to play God. We want to get in the way of God and think that we can change people. We can love them to this and love 'em. Look, it takes two. You know what I'm saying? I can't want this more for you than you want it for yourself. So back to the seed. So when you put a seed in the ground, you're expecting a harvest, right? So a lot of times people sow good seeds and bad seeds. So people with hearts, big hearts like myself, um, you know a person that sowed bad seeds. You know what I'm saying? A person didn't listen. A person has been lying. A person has been being mischievous and cheating and whatever. But what we do, we take the lick for them. You know, we get in the way of God trying to show them something. We step in the way, right? I say, okay, God, I get that, I get that. I say, but I when I'm talking to God, I like Him to make it plain to me, so I can make it plain to y'all. So He gave me this when Noah, and I'm paraphrasing, just to make this quick, because I don't want to be on here all the look. I just got out of work, folks. And this is my Friday, so I'm not gonna be long. But look, today's time. How many of us are in situations where we get rained on, and it ain't even our storm? You going through things, you depressed, you down, your finances messed up, and hey, I'm doing, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm treating folks right, but a lot of times you have who is around you. Check your circle, check who is connected to you, because demons have a way of getting to you through other people, through a demon. Demonic things are confined to nouns. Is either person, place, or a thing. That's the way demons show up. Either through a person, a place, or a thing. So you have to be mindful of what is around you, because you can be, like I said, you can be getting rained on and it's not even your storm. It wasn't even sent for you, but because of who you are connected to, you are dealing with the effects and the ramifications of their actions, right? So a lot of time we deal with things. We've been rained on when it wasn't even in our forecast, because who or what we've allowed into our lives. And you have to be careful, because a lot of time people try to, we put so much on, like God, like, well, God, God, if it happened, it would mean no, no. Because sometimes we get in the way. We force things. We play God. We put ourselves in situations, and we move out of the hedge of protection that God may have for us. And boom, we got to deal with whatever come out of there. And a lot of times people be frustrated with God. God didn't. Well, you did. That's another thing we have to learn how to do, is take accountability. Take accountability, because okay, boom, the storm had been boom. These folks like, hey man, we gotta get, hey dude, cuz gotta go. Throw cuz out the boat. Whale swallowing him up. I said, okay, God, what was the significance of the whale swallowing him up? A lot of times in life, that's how we feel. We feel like we can't, like life is just eating us up, like has swallowed us whole. Like we just drain, like we have no fight, no hope. Seems like everything is going contrary to what we know and believe, right? So a lot of times, it's like, okay, God, I'm going through this, right? I'm dealing with this. I'm trying to trust you. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm giving you your word back, but it's like life be life, you know. And a lot of times, they say the no weapon formed against you will prosper, but sometimes I feel like it be prospering sometimes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I feel like, okay, God, now, hey, your boy a little tired right now. You know, a lot of times it feels like that, you know, but uh, you have to be mindful of your posture. Okay, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by mindful of your posture? You have to be mindful of the posture of your heart in trying circumstances. Okay, so um, um, it's a popular saying. It says um the true meaning of a man, like the true integrity of a man, not where he stands in moments of comfort. You know what I'm saying? It's easy, to be good. It's easy to talk right when you good, when everything in life going good. But what about when things get hard? You know what I'm saying? What about when you're not where you want to be? You don't have the job you want to have. Your relationship, your marriage might be a little in turmoil. What about then? So that's what I mean with the posture of your heart. Can you still tell God, God, I love you, God, thank you, in spite of my situation? All right. So it's being in correct posture, um, and not never forgetting that God is still God, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You not God. We have to get out of this complex to where we try to. It's a difference between being a good person and trying to be God, being God person. Because one thing about God, with Him being as knowledgeable, all knowing as He is, and as gracious as He is, if you want to do His job, He'll let you. So if you want to step in front of that bullet, you know, so to say, every time something go wrong or somebody, oh, you gotta save him. Oh, you gotta save him. He will let you until you deplete yourself, and you look around and you like, man, I'm tired. Like I'm wore out. I done did all of this. I done took all of this stuff. I I I I done been understanding. I done sacrificed, and now look, I don't have nothing. Because how many of you know when you pour out, you need to be poured into? Too many times we are pouring into corianders, meaning the coriander, the thing you put the spaghetti in and let out. We pouring into corianders. And then when it's time for you to be poured into, they have nothing to give back to you. You have to be careful when you pick your friends, your spouses, even where you work. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time we get in places, and it's because of our own selfish desires. Oh, well, they make good money. Let me go over here. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know. I did it. I do it. You hear the money, be like, oh man, I need to put in over there. You know what I'm saying? But God be like, whoa, pump your brakes, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Because you never want to be where you want to be without God. right? You never want to be where you want to be without God. I never understood that, right? I never understood. I want to be where I want to be without God. I want to go where I want to go. I want to go where I think I'm gonna make the money, where I'm gonna enjoy myself, where this is at, where that is at. Not until later on in life, none of that means nothing without God. Because you will be surprised at the people that have all the stuff that you think you want and hate it and are miserable or depressed, contemplate suicide on a daily. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful. Watch this. Of the ones that aren't serving God, but it seems like they not being bothered. Because the devil will allow you to have whatever you want to have. You know, have the money, have the cars, have the men, the women, whatever. And it's all a trap. Because if you always good timing, and we gotta think about our lives, if you always good timing, you always getting what you want, and you don't want for nothing. What you need God for? What you need him for? So the devil will allow you to encapsulate yourself into this trap. You know what I'm saying? To where you never turn to God, you never pray, you never tell God thank you because you have all these creature comforts. You know what I'm saying? You have all these things that make life seem simple and better. But we gotta understand the time gonna come to where time gonna run out. Time gonna run out. And then what? Then what you gonna do? You know, when it's time to answer, when it's time for judgment, and you know, God, like, depart from me. I never knew you. Then what? You gotta ask yourself, am I okay with my heaven right here on earth to be or do I wanna live a life that's pleasing to God rather than going to hell? You know what I'm saying? So to stop picking other people's fruit is you gotta be obedient. You gotta be obedient to what God is saying in this season. It is gonna be pivotal. Let me tell you, it's life or death, right? It's life or death, uh, based on our obedience. So many people have missed out and are missing out because of the lack of obedience, because of pride, right? They're missing out. They missing out on what God is saying. They missing out. And watch this, man. And it blows my mind because watch this. You have to be careful. Discernment is key. Discernment. Being able to tell what's what. Being able to tell the real from the face because people think, watch this. People think because they are allowed to keep going. They are allowed to keep preaching. They are allowed to keep whatever the talent, playing the keyboards or playing the drums or singing. People think because they are allowed to do that God is turning a blind eye to their sin. Let me help you. No, he's not turning a blind eye. He has not forgot. No, you still functioning out of his will is not your gift making room for you. It's not. Because anything you do, anything I do, if I can't look at what I'm doing and ask myself, does this give God's glory? I might not be doing the right thing. Well, ain't no might. I'm not doing the right thing. I'm not serving my purpose. Okay, so well, why God, yeah, I still, he ain't took it from, because the Bible tells us that the gift is without repentance, meaning that he not gonna take it away. He not gonna take the gift. But the scary thing about that is you can do all of that, right? You can keep playing, you can keep singing. Watch this, preachers. You can keep preaching and people get saved under your ministry. and you still go to hell. That's scary to me because it will have you feeling that, oh, I'm good. People coming to the church, or if you play, oh, people falling out when I play, and they tell you, oh, you so blessed, you so this, but you didn't lost the gift, but you lost the anointing. And that's why you have to be so careful in the church now, because so many people are operating out of gifting instead of anointing. Meaning they can preach you crazy, they can sing you crazy, they can play you crazy, but they have no oil. You got to be careful what fruit you bear. You got to be careful what fruit you pick from, because a lot of us have become ill from eating from the wrong place. A lot of us are hemorrhaging. We are bleeding out and we don't even know it, because God has allowed us to keep going, allow us to keep functioning. We are like the functioning dead. I mean, you still going through the motion, you still going to church, you still, you know, going to work, you still doing all that you're doing, and you are dead. God has removed himself from you. I never, ever, ever, ever want to be in that position. And I pray every day that I die to myself, die to my flesh, because I never want to be in a position to where I'm ministering from a hurt place, or I'm preaching to prove a point, or I'm trying to get at somebody through the word. I told her, look, I don't want to be that guy. Every time I open my mouth, I want to help somebody. And you all should be conscious of that. Every time you open your mouth, you ought to help somebody. You ought to get tired of hearing foolishness. And I'm gonna be real with you. And I'm gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect all the time. Look, we live for the drama sometimes. Yes, yes, I click in on y'all lives when y'all hollering and spitting on the phone. I do. Ain't here. I do. But I understand, even in watching, I understand that it gotta be more to life than just this. It gotta be more to life than climbing and acting a fool. It has to be. And we missing it, because the thing about it is, when I see people leave this place, it's not so much it's not, yeah, you hurt because of the death, but my concern is, did they get it right before they expired? Before their time ran out, did they get it right? That's what bothers me. You know what I'm saying? We have to be careful how we're living and what we're saying and how we're treating people. Because so many times we think we doing the right thing, and we done missed it. We done missed it because we forget we act like we act like we forget how to treat people, how to love people. God gave Moses the command, but he said, but look, this one I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you this one. Above all, look, this new one I'm gonna give you. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And don't get me wrong, I know it's some folks that's hard to love, right? And the thing that I'm still maturing at this, is loving people that don't care nothing about you. It's loving people that that's gonna hug your neck. They gonna look you in your face and tell you I love you, and they talk about you. God has given you insight to let you know to be led, to watch out for them, and you still gotta love them. Watch this, minister. Still have to serve him until God says otherwise. This walk is not easy. It's a sacrificial walk. A lot of times you are a victim um um of not even, it's not self-inflicted trauma, but you are a victim of trauma that you just, you just happen to be in the vicinity, and you caught, like the aftershock. you know you just happen to be in position to where you're being bled on, and you didn't do no cutting. Everybody not built to walk that walk. Everybody is not equipped. Not saying that you can't, because you can be equipped, but you gotta want it. This walk is something you gotta want. You gotta desire. You gotta desire God. And as you desire God, he said, look, if you wanna follow me, you must first deny yourself. So that means you gotta deny, your desires. You gotta put that aside. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put that aside. You know, uh, and that's why I said, because in order to follow God, it has to be about Him first. A lot of things are done out of order. Like I said, we do things, and then we ask God to tag along later. It can't be that way. He has to be first. And He has to be priority in our lives. If not, we will continue to struggle. Not saying that when you say, okay, I want to do right, I want to serve God. Not saying that the struggle don't stop. The Bible tells us, man that's born of a woman is but a few days, but full of trouble. It tells us many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God shall deliver us out of them all. So it lets us know that God never said that we wouldn't experience pain. He never promised us a life without pain. He never did. So to think that we with God or without with God that we not gonna he suffered. So we'll have to suffer, because the Bible tells, if you suffer with me, then you will reign with me. So that lets me know, hey, I'm gonna go through some things. Hey, I'm gonna hurt. Hey, I'm gonna be betrayed. I'm gonna be talked about. I'm gonna be laughed at. You know, uh, uh, um, I'm gonna deal with some things on this walk. But I just be cool on it now, because I understand that, hey, storms don't last, they pass. And it gets greater later. Sooner than later. Not sooner or later. Sooner than later. It's going to turn. It got to turn. It will turn. It's turning now. We just have to believe it. Be obedient. Last look. Give me a minute 30 and we out of here. I promise you. Look, watch this. I'm at work today, and I'm like, okay, God said obedience is going to be key this year. Obedience is going to be key. I'm like, okay, God, what's up? Like, give it to me. So the story of the children of Israel wandering in the wilderness, and I've been hearing this story my whole life, and I asked God today, God, why you had just led them out of captivity? Why was they wandering around in the desert, in the wilderness? Why? Why was they one? Why they just didn't go to the promised land? Lack of obedience. So this is what happened. He took 12 spies from each tribe. It was 12 tribes. He took 12 spies from each tribe. Like, look, boom, go check it out. Go peep it. Go peep the promised land and look, go check it out. See, is they chilling over there? Is it chaotic? Go see what the geographical stuff look like, what the forest look like, what they got, who over there, and bring it back. Boom. So the 12 spies go. They go check it out. They them going for like 40 days. They go check it out. Boom. They come back. Look, they brought back grapes that were so big it took 2 men to carry them. And out of the 12, Only 2 had a good report. The other 10, oh, they didn't. It was like, man, look, man, them folks big over there, dog. Them folks is huge. Them is giants over there, man. We like little grasshopper to these people, man. We can't go there and fight them. We can't win. God had already said, look, go, attack, take over that. That's y'all. Go fight. The spies came back like, hey man, look, hey, I know you said what the man said, but hey man, he folk big, man. They gonna hurt us, man. We can't do this. 10 of them, they said, no, the other two, like, the other two, good reports. Yeah, man, look, it's nice. You know, they got all of the big, nice fruit and everything's beautiful. It's, we can do. They didn't want to hear that, so they didn't. They didn't attack. So God said, okay, so y'all gonna do what y'all want to do? Boom, okay, bet. 40. See you in 40. 40 years. They had to wander around the wilderness until almost every man in that generation died from lack of obedience. I said that to say this. Don't be like the children of Israel. Don't be right there at your promised land, at what God has for you, and miss it because of disobedience. Get in contact with the man. Establish relationship. What, we 16 days in, 16 out of 365. You got time. Establish relationship. Get to know him. Get in that word every day. I'm telling you, it is fulfilling. It is fulfilling, man. The word has a way of giving you strength, giving you that extra push that you need just to make it. We can't be God. Stop trying to be God. Stop trying to save people. Let God be God. Let God do the changing. You just be the example. You just be the filter, so to say. You know, you get them there. Let God do what He gonna do. And all you do is love them. Love them through it. I didn't say let them use you, but love them through it. And what is loving them? Loving them is showing love. It's showing compassion. It's treating them how you want to be treated. But watch this. A lot of us have been treated in a way that we don't even know when we're wrong. We don't even know when we're saying things out of that are harsh, because that is just how we've been groomed. Ask God to give you insight on how to treat people, how to talk to people, how to handle people with care, the way that He would. That way you don't harm people, and that way you don't cost the kingdom a soul because you don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to handle people. And if you just can't seem to get that to where that's just me. Well, you take a seat at the back, because you just saying that's you is your admittance that you're not willing to change. You're not willing to be better. So once again, stop picking other people's fruit. Let people reap their own harvest, good or bad, and you be there to help them along the way. Look, time, look, that's my time. You know, we did what we set out to do. We talked, um, and I just want us to be better. I want us to grow. I want us to mature this year. It's time out. It's time out for the same toxic cycles. This year we break the mold. This year we do something different. Look, go like, share, subscribe, follow us, man. Tell somebody about Q Talk. Give us some ideas, some recommendations. What do y'all want to talk about? We can run it. Um, Once again, man, thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening, watching, however you doing it. Appreciate y'all, man. Look, until next week, stay prayed up. Remember, storms don't last, they pass. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Hey, We signing out until next week, y'all. Be blessed.